we have some new guests. We're going to be delving into hotel management software and how to choose that. We've got Amelia here and Menilik from Preno, and they're experts in this area. They've actually got some tools they've developed, and we're really looking forward to finding out ways that we can help to streamline our processes in this area of hotels, Airbnbs, motels, all of that kind of realm, as I understand it. If you're streaming with us on a different platform, you can still get your questions answered by the experts. So use the comment section or any of the chat functions or Q&A functions here on Zoom. We do love to make these sessions bespoke to you, and you might be helping somebody out by putting a question out there that someone is too afraid to ask. So do participate in that way. Now, if you're not registered to digitalboost.co.nz because you've only been streaming with us on some of these platforms, you're missing out, my friends. Join digitalboost.co.nz and get to take advantage of the primo offers that providers are putting forward all the time. We have competitions, and there's so much more fun bite-sized content for you to chomp on and educate yourself with. So without further ado, Amelia, Menilik, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
It's honestly, it's our pleasure. I've been looking forward to this session because after speaking with Amelia and going back and forth with her, you guys have so much knowledge in this area, and I think it'll be really useful to everybody who's either watching with us now or is going to be watching this later.
Cool. No, we're really excited to be here as well. Thanks.
Fantastic. Now, what I'll let you do is I'm going to let you drive, and I'm going to go in the background and just make sure everything's working.
Cool, excited. Yeah. So we've been thinking about this for a while now, exactly how to explain to anyone out there how to choose their hotel management software. And so what we're going to cover off today real quickly is sort of three things. One is why is a hotel software important to your business, and what are the kind of results you can expect to get out of that? Secondly, what exactly you should look for when you're thinking about choosing some hotel software. Thirdly, what is an all-in-one? You might have heard this term being battered around all over the place. So we can explain exactly what that is. And then finally, we'll end with a little Q&A section at the end where you can ask any of the questions you've got. Yeah, so without further ado, let's click off. So why is it important to an accommodation business? Well, firstly, I think a PMS, the PMS is at the heart of your business. So if you're a hotel and you're running a hotel business, you're using this tool, a PMS and accommodation software every single day. It's kind of like your engine that you use to run your hotel. And so what you'll see there is you'll see the PMS part that you'll be using every day. And then you'll have the booking engine, which your customers, your guests will be using, most of the time when they go to book with you. And then you've got the channel manager, which again connects onto all of the booking.coms, Expedia and Airbnb, the OTAs on the market. So these three tools are basically the most important tools in your business because they help you basically grow and improve and automate much of the work you do. And so if you get these tools right, and we've got some little case studies, some examples of businesses that we've worked with that have used our PMS, and we're basically going to share some of the results that they've got. But the first example is Tongariro Crossing Lodge, who, when they started off, and they had about a 35% occupancy rate. And then they switched over to a proper PMS, a proper hotel accommodation, and they doubled the occupancy rate to 75%. So they went from 35% to 75%. And so that's probably a good example of what you can spend, what you can receive after using a really robust hotel system. The second example here is Owl's Nest Motel. So again, similar sort of result, using a proper hotel system, they increased their bookings by 50% after making the switch. But it's not just about, I guess, getting more bookings. The other part about it is automating your work. So if you're a hotel especially with what's going on at the moment where it's a struggle to get new staff members and that, if you can automate much of the tasks that your team do, you can free up their time to spend it on focusing on guest experiences. So we've got 2 other examples of what a good PMS can do. So here's the Burgoy. It's a hotel over in the UK, and they automated about 60 hours of work a month. So if you think about it, that's kind of a week and a half worth of work for one full-time employee. So that's a lot of work that this company saved. And then you think that's good. Here's another example of Change Overnight, a hotel over in Australia who automated about 90 hours of work a month. So that is more than 2.5 weeks worth of work for a full-time employee. So you can start to see the benefit of choosing a really robust and powerful hotel management software. And I guess this leads it on to the next question, which is, what should you be looking for when you think about a hotel software? So let me just jump into this section. And Amelia, if I miss anything else, jump in and just let me know.
No, I think one thing that's really interesting about those stories is that I think the most common thread is that they were automating the repetitive admin tasks, and that allowed their team to really work on the value adding work that they do day to day as well. Sorry, Menilik.
Yeah, no, that's a very important piece. So what actually should you look for when you're thinking about choosing a hotel management software? So, and then let me just clear this up, because you'll hear this term PMS thrown all around the place. And actually in the hotel industry, it means something completely different. It stands for property management system. And so it's another term that people use for hotel management software. But basically, these are the top things that you should look for when you're thinking about choosing a PMS. So the first is being effortless, easy to use, powerful, and automated. So those are super key, crucial pieces that you want to make sure that your hotel system has. The most important part there is that automated piece. So if you can automate a lot of those repetitive tasks, you can free your team up to focus on improving the guest experience, which again will improve the number of guests you're getting staying with you, as well as freeing up your time. The second thing and this is probably a crucial one, is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week phone, email, and chat support. So when you think about it, if you're a hotel and you've got a guest coming in, trying to book, it's midnight there, and something's gone wrong. You need to make sure that someone is always on hand to be able to help you. And so, if you're a Kiwi hotel or Australian hotel or wherever you are, you want to make sure that you've got people that you can contact from that technology platform that you're using, and they can help you out straight away. Because there's nothing worse than if someone's trying to book in or trying to sort something out, and then you have to wait until the next business day. The next thing is a advanced Xero integration. So in New Zealand, we love Xero. It's the most popular accounting software platform out there. And it is a big source of headache and admin work for many hotels. And so setting up using a PMS or a hotel system that integrates with Xero is super valuable. And again, it automates many of those tasks that you're doing. Accountants love it because it saves them a lot of time, freeing them up to think strategically about your business and not just doing admin work for you.
I just add in here to Menilik that not all Xero integrations are the same. I think for hoteliers where you've got multiple revenue streams and you're taking a lot of deposits, which are prepayments in Xero, you want to make sure that you're choosing a tool that's not only helping you with those two, but also the reconciliation part as well.
Yeah, that's super important. I think actually just building on what Amelia said, I think it's important that you actually test and try a demo of the Xero integration, because yeah, you're right. There's a lot of companies that say they have a Xero integration, but actually when you go in and test it, it's not actually what you need as a hotel owner or manager. This I love this point, because especially at the moment when it's such a struggle to find good staff, You know, in the hotel industry, our staff are quite transient. You know, it's quite common for someone to, you know, come in, work at your hotel for maybe 6 months or maybe a couple of years, and then leave, go to another hotel or finish their journey around New Zealand. And so having software that is really easy to pick up and really easy to learn is super important. There's nothing worse than, hey, here's your first day. It's going to take you, you know, 2 weeks to learn the software, because it's just it's just stopping those new staff members from actually adding value to your business from day one.
Yeah, I think when you're looking at doing your due diligence, looking at software, I think making sure that you ask questions about how you train your ongoing changes and staff. So making sure that they offer training for those future staff members that join your team as well.
And the next one is just being cloud-based. So, hey, look, you want to be able to access your hotel software from your phone. You don't want to be stuck in the desk. I know, what was it? There was that Tongariro Crossing, a hotel that I mentioned earlier. One of the big improvements was that they gained from moving to the cloud was when they were away from the desk and someone called up asking if they could make a reservation, they could check availability and confirm the booking right then and there without having to rush back into the office or saying, hey, can I call you back in a half an hour? And then that person finding another hotel to stay at. So that is an important piece for hotels. I went the wrong way, sorry. And then the next part we're just going to cover off real quickly is what exactly is an all-in-one, because you've probably heard this term bantered around all over the place. Yeah, especially in the hotel industry, it's almost a marketing speak term. So we're going to cover off that as well. So an all-in-one basically is just a term for a hotel software that has everything your hotel needs to succeed. So as well as having a PMS, which we just covered off, it has two other important pieces. The first one is a channel manager. So basically what that means is it can connect onto all the different OTAs. So what this is, an OTA is Booking.com, or it's Expedia, or it's Airbnb, or it's Agoda. And so all of those different platforms are just channels that guests use to book with you. And so what you want is you want your software to automatically connect to these places, so that as soon as a guest makes a booking with there, boom, it flows through to your hotel software, and then it updates availability across all the different platforms. So that way you're optimizing your inventories to make sure that you're always, I guess, selling out or getting as close to selling out as possible. And then the final piece is a booking engine. So a booking engine is basically a way for your guests to book directly on your website. And this is super important because OTAs like Booking.com, Expedia, etc., they all charge you a 15% commission fee. And so if you can get someone to go to your website and book directly with you, you're basically getting 15% extra profit. And again, I'm just going to add, I'm sure Amelia is thinking this as well, but not all booking engines are built the same. An important piece of this is just thinking about the user experience and making sure that booking engine is built for conversion. So, you know, it's okay to, like, you know, it's one thing to have a booking engine on your website, but if people aren't actually using it, then you need to make some changes, and you need to update the user experience so that people actually confirm a booking on your website.
And also test what it looks like on mobile as well, because so many are not mobile friendly.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point, actually. A lot of people, especially last minute bookings, are made on phones. So yeah. I guess without further ado, that's kind of it. I know we sort of rushed through it, but are there any other questions?
Hello.
Hey.
No, that's not a problem. I guess could we have a bit of a chat around, you know, with the current climate, like what any kind of tips and tricks you would suggest to folks that are in this industry to kind of prep for tourism and everything that's happening. And yeah, some suggestions around that as well.
Yeah, I think obviously it's an incredibly tough time at the moment for our hoteliers, accommodation providers, but I think it does provide some time for them to reassess and look at their businesses, and I think digital systems are a core part of that. Like Preno offers month to month, so no fixed contracts, so that offers some security in like uncertain times, I think, for them to be able to trial and test and move to new software without having to commit to some long annual contracts, etc. So that's quite helpful. But yeah, we find a lot of people at the moment, not just in New Zealand, but also our customers in Australia as well, taking this time to reassess.
Any particular like things that people should be putting in place, like on their websites or on their staff, regarding this kind of environment that's currently happening?
Yeah, I mean, it's very popular at the moment to state your hygiene, like housekeeping standards, just to give some like assurances to travelers. I think also one thing that we've been pushing recently is just making sure you push the experiences that they'll get at your hotel. So essentially, like an accommodation provider, you're not just selling a unit of like a free room or like a spare room kind of thing, but you're really selling that experience that the guests will get. And I would encourage hoteliers to put that more front and center on their site to kind of create that point of difference in this market as well when you're marketing to a domestic market.
I love that. And I think that, you can do that so well with imagery, can't you? So just like I did a session a while back, and the gentleman that was on, he was talking about selling experiences. It wasn't particularly pertaining to, hotels or anything, but he was talking about tourism in general. And he was saying, he showed some comparison photos, and one of them was just like a room, and one of them was, and it kind of showed the features of the room, and one had like somebody in the room, like having a drink or whatever, and I guess that's what you're saying here.
Yeah, I mean, it can be hard to get some of these images. It can be expensive for operators or things like that. But I think there is, in New Zealand, there is a guy called Damien Knowles who's extremely good at helping small to medium independent accommodation operators source these images. Also, I think Tourism New Zealand provide free images of activities around New Zealand as well. So
I want to say that it was Damien Knowles that I had on. I really do think it was him, actually. I'm thinking that name is ringing a bell.
He's great. We often get him to help some of our Preno operators, or bring him on for our own webinars and stuff as well. So we're a big fan.
And Pure NZ or something, or is it Pure NZ or 100% NZ? They do free. There's free images on there.
It's Tourism New Zealand, but they have the 100% Pure as their tagline. If you search Tourism New Zealand, and there's an operators portal there, that will get you into those free images.
I've just dropped those into the chat. We do have a question. So the question says, could you please show an example of the customer experience of making a booking using Preno? Also, can you show the business view of the booking system? Is that possible to do today, or?
We haven't prepped a demo. We thought it would be best to go through just highlights for generally shopping for hotel management software. We didn't come here specifically to pitch Preno specifically, but you can just go to our website and jump into Preno yourself. So it's prenohq.com, and just go click get started. It's free. You don't need to put in any credit card details or anything. So there's no obligation there, but you can have a really good play around on the property management software. If you want to see the bookings, like the booking engine, then please just reach out to our team, and we're more than happy to take you through.
Okay, great. We love all that kind of support. And I'm just jumping. Sorry, it looks like I'm distracted, and I am. It's because I'm jumping to the other platforms because those chats don't feed into here just yet. So I'm sorry about that.
That's okay. Well, while you're doing that, I'll just show people if you just type in Preno HQ, like Amelia said, and if you click this button here, get started today, you'll be able to put your details in. As Amelia said, there's no credit card, no nothing, and you can see exactly how it looks like. So I'd encourage you to just go do that now, and then that way you know exactly what it looks like. Yeah.
Great. And I'm trying to think if there's any other questions that I had for you. Does this integrate with, so you said it integrates with Xero, and then you like Xero, and I loved what you said about your accountant's going to love that because they are.
Yeah. I mean, Preno's been integrated with Xero since day one. We actually built Preno around the accounting integration as being one of the most important features. I'm actually a former hotelier, so that was a big pain that I found daily, was just the disconnection between like what we call the back office and the front office at the hotel. And so I think part of the vision of Preno is not only the merging of the back office and front office and simplifying tasks, but also just automating everything to kind of remove as much of those tasks as we can as well.
Yeah, brilliant. I mean, look, that's what Digital Boost is all about, really, is just kind of identifying tools and things that we can use to cut the tape, you know, like, let's just get it done. Yeah, so that's fantastic.
We find that our operators, they're really inspiring. I mean, they're really accommodation operators. They're really amazing at creating these incredible guest experiences, connecting with their communities, and providing amazing hospitable stays. And I just feel like their time is wasted if it's just spent on this repetitive admin every day. So we want to be able to help them do more of what they're so good at, essentially.
Yeah, fantastic. And did you have any bit of advice? I'm sure you get some frequently asked questions, and perhaps you've covered quite a lot of them. But do you have any frequently asked questions that you often get that you would like to address further in this chat, or?
I know, well, something that's just topical at the moment, people often ask us, how do we get more bookings directly with us? And I guess the two things that we always encourage people to do, besides obviously having a really compelling booking or good booking engine, is one, update your photos to not be your car park of your hotel, and two, put some smiling faces on there, like show what's in the region. So yeah, I think those make a huge difference. And then just put some big, call to actions, book now on your website. Those make a huge difference.
So this software kind of interacts with your website. Is that essentially what it does? And does it interact? Is it like a plugin that you like you do with like Facebook pixels and stuff? Is that how that kind of works?
It's just like a link that will take you to your own booking engine, essentially. So it's all branded with your own images and color themes, etc. So it feels like it's part of your website, and it just allows your guests to book seamlessly, whether they're on mobile or desktop. The beauty with our booking engine is that it only takes a few clicks, as opposed to how many are some of them, like 9 clicks, some of them. You just really want to make it as simple and as easy as, say, shopping for something online. And so just making that process streamlined improves the conversion rate as well. I think that's where Owl's Nest, that example before, saw the massive increase in bookings too.
Are you able to, like, some people might have one of those booking systems that is maybe not working for them anymore. Are you able to kind of walk people through the process of changing over as well?
Yeah, so we're switching people over every day. So it's not a scary process. It's very like just step by step, essentially. And you work with our team, a person in our team, along that process. But you can trial the product and then have a full demo, and our team will run through all of your questions. And they really tailor that demo to your property and what your needs are. And then they go through confirm you want to go ahead with your account, and then our team take you through one-on-one training as well. And then we go through importing your data, historical and future bookings, including the records of deposits, into your new Preno account. And then we will go live, which means you'll start accepting bookings when you're ready.
Okay, that's perfect.
I just had a thought. Yeah. Can anyone just post into one of these different chat channels their link to their hotel? And what we'll do is after this, we'll maybe sit down and we'll do an audit and we'll give you a bunch of ideas to improve, I guess, the way your guest experience is and how you could get more bookings.
That would be really cool. We love that. We have these folks on from Primo Digital quite a bit, and they love to do a little audit of people's sites, and they'll just go on and like be quite brutally honest with love. We always come from a place of love.
Yeah, I mean, I think the position that we're in, we're fortunate that we're looking at accommodation websites every day. So I think we've been able to see a lot of what works well, and being able to share those insights with people, I think is what we aim to do.
It's honestly, it is so valuable, because when we look at our own site over and over and over again, we just don't see things after a while, you know, and getting that second set of eyes, especially by an expert, is such a gift. Yeah. So if you're sitting there, people might be typing, just got to give folks like a second to kind of like get some things in the chat. I'm just going to have a look on the other platforms because they might be dropping them in. And I'm going to turn off my video for just a second. Maybe if you wanted to, here we go. Yeah. Accommodation link. Is that the name of your place, Lavender? Is it accommodation link? There we go.
Lavender Farm. Cool.
Yeah. Lavender Farm. You know what? I'm out here in the country. We've got lots of lavender, and I love it. It's so beautiful when it passes through the breeze. I've got to check out your place. I want to come and go there. Yeah, we could even pop it in if you wanted to. We could have a look right now. I would say, if you don't mind, if that's okay, Lavender, just if you want to share your screen, Menilik, and pop that. Okay, cool. Thanks. That's awesome. Yeah, pop it into Google, and we'll have a quick look if you don't mind. And then that'll be kind of like a good showcase for today. And
yeah, so here we are, Lavender Farm. Okay, cool. I guess the first thing right off the bat is there's no call to action. I've obviously gone to the website, and there's no easy to identify button on which I should be clicking to book my stay with you. Yeah, I'm really having to kind of hunt down. Oh, here it is down here. So then let's just have a quick look.
Will you make it bigger? Can you make it bigger?
How big am I sharing?
Oh, now you've stopped sharing, but
I think it was full screen. I don't think the website is sized.
Yeah. And then the next part is just mobile optimized. You a lot of people book their hotel over their phone, on their phone, so that's a huge part. So sorry, this is as big as it's going to get.
No, that's okay. So I guess one thing also, if you don't know what Menilik just did, is if you right mouse click on a website, it'll give you this option to inspect. And when you inspect, you can see like all of the add-ons that they use. You can see what platforms sometimes that they use. Like if they were using Shopify or Squarespace, it'll be written in the coding, like on that, all of that crazy writing that we just go, what the heck is that? That's all of the information about your website. And then you can actually, if you get good at it, you can turn things off and on so that you can look at somebody's site without having to look at everything. It's a bit tricky. That was cool. I would say also just that thing that you said, Amelia, just getting some people in some of these photos.
Yeah, I like that there's some, I like these bullet points around the experiences, but just adding some images to those. It's just easier for people to picture themselves doing it as well.
It looks gorgeous. So yeah.
Yeah, you've got all of the elements here for like, you've got the content, you've got some, like this picture here is beautiful. You've got lots of the elements here. Oh, there you go. You got some people showing off that you can do weddings here as well. Like, I think it's just restructuring it to tell a story.
I like the point that you made as well about mobile optimization, because really, if you haven't done that to your site, when you go into your, I don't know if you use what platform, what website builder you use, or if you use WordPress or what have you, but you can actually, it'll allow you to look at your website as if you're looking at it on your phone. It'll give you that option to check that out and just have a look at it for yourself, so that you know what your viewers, your guests are kind of experiencing, and you can make it easier.
Hey, what we'll do, I can see how we could totally help you get more bookings. Because now I've just gone through to, this is Little Hotelier, to make a booking. Yeah, because it's a beautiful place. I mean, looking at these.
This is just a little great experience for you, Lavender. This is pretty epic.
But yeah, I agree. The homepage could be driving more towards people booking, making that booking engine far simpler, so that it's cleaner and faster for them, especially on mobile. And then just maybe cutting down some of the content to key points with more images as well. But we work with some website development companies that develop specifically for accommodation businesses as well. So they have templates available. So it's not a lot of work to change or update.
Yeah, I mean, if I was just to do this quickly, the number one thing would be just putting a big call to action button, a big book now button on this page to make it really easy for people to click on that, and then just simplifying up the booking engine experience to basically lead people. Because what you want, as Amelia said, if someone can't make a booking within 3 clicks, then you're losing bookings. So that's a huge one. So I think if we make those changes, you'll probably see a lot more bookings coming through.
Where did I go? Are we there? Oh, sorry. I'm just jumping back and forth. Sorry. Okay, perfect. Wow, that was really awesome. I'm so glad that you got to have that experience, our lavender farm, and we all got to have a look at your goods, which we're all excited about now. It looks like a fabulous place to go and be. And if that's where you actually stay yourself, that's amazing. That would be so beautiful to be there every day. And I want to thank you guys. It looks like I don't see any questions popping in on the other things. I can see people watching, but I don't see any questions. So I think that people are just going to sit with this information and just have a look at their sites probably first and see what kind of things they could do to easily improve their conversion rate. And then, checking out, look at your booking system and see if it is working for you. Yeah, thank you. I already have seen Preno and was actively considering it before this morning. You'll hear from me, my son later. Okay, cool. See, that was all worth it.
Yeah, so just thanks again for them sharing their site so we could go through. It was really helpful.
I know that it takes a lot of guts to put your site up on this, and we thank you for it. We really appreciate you. So all right, well, that's going to be us for today. Let us know if you have any questions, if you thought about them after the fact and we're no longer here. Obviously, you can always contact the folks at Preno, or you can contact support@digitalboost.co.nz. We're here to support you as well. If you needed help with your website kind of stuff and it wasn't pertaining to this or any other question, just reach out. Do know, I just want to put a little plug in here. Due to the current situation of lockdown and mental health, we are linked up with Clearhead. So if you are a Digital Boost registrant and you need some extra support in these times, you have free access to Clearhead. It's an app They have kind of joined forces with Digital Boost to provide mental health services to all of our small business owners, because we know it's not always easy. So yeah, do reach out if you need help setting that up, and we're here for you. Have a wonderful day. Menilik, it's beautiful to get to meet you. Thank you very much. Thank you, Amelia, for joining us today. I know everyone's schedule's been a bit tousled from the lockdown, so
Yeah.
we appreciate you making it this morning, and I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Thanks so much for having us. Thank you.
Thanks so much, team.
It's our pleasure.
Ka kite.
If we can. Oh, nothing working. Nothing's working. Oh my.